Here's how to spot a fake Kilian fragrance. The box is really good quality. The only thing is that the font isn't quite right. It comes with the correct card and everything, like you really wouldn't think it was a fake. Obviously mine is 100ml, this is a 50, but let's get into the differences first. With a Kilian, the side design is incorrect. No Kilians have this design. They all have this design. Now, you've got to be careful because there are some fakes that do have this correct design. So this is why you have to compare the overall things. You can't just look at one thing as a 100% definite that it is or isn't fake. Another quite obvious one is the font. I'm going to do some overlays, but this kind of says love, don't be shy. The spacing's wrong. If you look at the differences, you can see it side by side. The differences in the K. The fake, it's very like, you can see the etching and it's not as refined or as skinny as the original. One of the real tellers with a Kilian that is real and legitimate, the bottom of your bottle, on the top right hand side, it has a number etched into the bottle. Yeah, you can see there. And all Kilians have those numbers. This obviously does not have the number. Sometimes it can be hard to see, but they all have it. Now let's look at the atomizers. Now this is where you can really tell if you can put these things all together. The atomizers. So Kilian do not use these atomizers. However, fakes commonly do use these atomizers. Now, why is an atomizer a good indicator? This is because they are typically patented or very specific to the brand. So each brand will typically have its own one that it will use. Sometimes they use a few, but they are pretty much like proprietary information. These are the differences in the atomizers. As you can see, not accurate. You have to look at the overall picture. So let's do the checklist of what you need to look for in your Kilian fragrances. The design on the side, number 1. Number 2, the atomizer. Real Kilians do not use this atomizer. Number 3, the code on the bottom right-hand corner of your bottle. They all have a code engraved on the bottom. And I know I'm comparing Love Don't Be Shy, but these are not Love Don't Be Shy specific. This goes across the whole brand, especially for this range. This is my Real Princess. As you can see, there's the code in the corner. And let's check the atomizer. A legit Kilian atomizer. So remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. You can use these pointers as an indicator as to whether or not you think your Kilian may be legit. I will say Kilians are refillable, so just because you have a legit bottle does not mean that the fragrance is actually legitimate. So use your discretion and only buy from trusted people.